Hello, everyone. Ovekuve. This one, I really serious of Ovekuve. No be government matter of Ovekuve. Two billionaires now, then they go at each other. Hey, water. Hey, let me just. I saw this thing. So Otedola and Ovia, so they are having kata kata, and then they brought it on media. But I'm gonna look at it. It's actually a serious issue, honestly. From the little that I've read, though, it's really a serious issue. It's not one of those issues that you just say, "Oh, just let it go," or stuff like that. No, it's really quite a serious issue, and it's. I will take, the cable has this. A lot of newspapers have carried this, but I'm taking this from the cable, and it says Femi Otedola tackles Ovia, exposes fraudulent transactions. They put it in quotes in Zenith bank account. Since of course the court hasn't said it's fraudulent, you will say alleged. So as they didn't put alleged, they now put it in quote. So he said the face off between Femi Otedola, billionaire businessman, and Ovia, chairman of Zenith Bank, over an alleged multi-billion naira fraud has taken a turn for the worse, the cable understand. Otedola had accused Zenith Bank of unlawfully using the account of his company, Seaforth Shipping Limited, to trade in 2011 without his knowledge or consent. Nigerian banks, let me just continue. Although these and other allegations are being investigated by the First Criminal Investigation Department, FCID, of the police, moves are being made to resolve the matters amicably. The cable had contacted Ovia and Zenith Bank for comments. So I'm sure they didn't comment, they didn't say anything. Unauthorized transactions. Despite not having been operated since 2010, so this particular account that is owned by Femi Otedola, it's not been operated since 2010. So that's like, okay, like right now it's like 14 years ago. That kind of account, you probably haven't forgotten you had it. You know that some account you just have the before you know what's happening, you even forget that account, maybe one thing or the other. And then another thing, and this one I can personally talk on this one, is the fact that these banks are so criminal. These are our Nigerian banks in the way they do their things. You will actually close an account, send in the papers, everything, write your application. I'm closing this account, I'm no longer doing this, blah 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 blah. Guess what? They won't close the account. You will come and actually find out that the account, is still operational. And when you're asking them, they'll be like, oh yeah, they've closed it, they've done it. I've had time to actually take on some banks on those issues. Like, I want my account closed. Close it. I don't want any account open. I don't want you telling me this. Or somebody will not come and mistakenly put money inside there. For you to recover your money, go come be wahala. Maybe somebody that had the account or something, it now becomes a problem for you. You tell them to close it, they will not close it. That one I know. And then there's also a lot of accounts. And then the way they probably would have done it, they will make sure that they will disengage all your phones, or probably change the phone number. Of course, if it's the bank now, they can do all of this. They change the phone number. You are not getting alert. You are not getting email. You are not getting anything. You think your account is dormant and it's not being used. Meanwhile, somebody is in there using it. And this one, billions and billions and billions of naira. Hey. Follow me, make we hear this thing. Although Otedola said Seafront never applied for nor took a loan from Zenith Bank, unauthorized trading running into billions of naira continued on the account. When asked to provide documentation, including offer letters to support the grant of the said loans, Zenith Bank reportedly failed to do so. Otedola discovered the suspicious activities only recently, 13 years after the transactions, when he was tipped off by a whistleblower in Zenith Bank. When he confronted Zenith Bank officials, the cable length, they apologized. Now, apology person go eat. Let me just even pause here, because I saw some people who were tweeting like, oh, doesn't Otedola have the phone number of Ovia? Can't he just call him? Let them resolve. Resolve what? Amike what? Do you know what this means? This could literally, you don't know what they use that account for. Whether it's crime, whether it's drug, whether it's terrorism, kidnapping, whatever. You don't even know what they use that whole account for. Then you not see that because, oh, you know somebody, you're a friend, you are not solving something amicably. The next thing, they will not come and nab you and your company and say that, oh, you've done this, that you know nothing about. This is not what you solve amicably. Oh, friendship can wait. Even if there's friendship, if the friendship needs to end, let it end. This is something because your integrity is on the line. Your company's integrity, all that you've worked is also on the line. You don't know what this is going to be that they will bring it to you, to your doorstep, and you are going to be smeared with. So please, people, whatever you find yourself, these ones are billionaires. So we might not have reached the ones that are doing the billionaires. These are billionaires in dollars. Yeah. So you might not have reached the one, or we have small account. Don't joke with this kind of things, especially things like this that have documentation, that is documented, that your name is on it. Follow it through. Sometimes people say to me, oh, Aisha, this thing you could have left it now. I say I don't leave things like that. Follow it through to the end and make sure it's resolved. Have it in writing. Where they resolved it, they had something, and just go and keep it somewhere else. It's not a matter of saying, let's resolve here, apologize, and we move on. How? You shouldn't bring it out. Then tomorrow when you hear something has happened, then you now be blaming the Otedola that, oh, this is how you people do, that you are getting this money. Meanwhile, even if he start explaining to you that he didn't know anything about you wouldn't want to hear. So please, if you have any issue, don't joke with things like that. Otedola produced a letter written on March 19, 2018 by Zenith Bank to Shofolawe Bakari and Co., Sea Forces auditor, stating a debt of only 2,278,420 naira on the same account as against the 5 billion recorded in the bank statement seen by the cable. Now they have a gbese on the account of up to 5 billion. And it's even this thing in some of these accounts, that's another thing they go, when you tell them to close it, they don't close it, especially the ones that have interest will keep running. So that's why if you open an account and the one that you keep paying, either monthly pay or whatever, either change that whole thing or ensure you close it, write to the bank, make sure they close it. Otherwise, you're going to continue to have interest will just be running. You are there, you think, oh, I'm no longer using this account. Meanwhile, interests are going on. Curiously, on the day the letter was written, the bank statement showed a debt of 2.9 billion compared to the 2 million stated in the letter signed by Taufik Bashir, Internal Audit Control, and Edwin Kind Oli, Group Head, Telecom. Can you imagine? This is real. Honestly, this thing is real. Everything about fraud is just giving fraudulent vibes here. So something had 2.3 billion. They now just put it that, oh, it was just 2.2 million that the account was, because of course if they mention 2 point something billion, which is in 2018, the guy is gonna scream. What transaction did I do on that account that I'm owing you people 2 point something billion? You didn't give me loan, I didn't collect loan from me, I didn't do anything. Probably they just use all of that thing to give themselves loan, or whoever it was that was inside there and doing all sorts of things. Only God knows. Curiously, on the day the letter, transaction of over 16 billion were recorded against Sea Forces account from 2011 to 2024. Can you imagine? If they can do this, so how many other people's accounts have they really been used? And there are people who die. There are people who they have their accounts, nobody else knows. They don't tell their family, they don't tell their spouses, they don't tell their children. They die and these accounts are there, and it is these people that know them. Some people are abroad. There are a lot of people that are abroad that have come back to me that their accounts have been depleted by people working bank staffs. So a lot of some of this is going on. So you have your own account now. Somebody is using it to trade and do business and do all sorts of things that you don't know anything about. Wow. Otedola queried who made the payments to reduce the purported debt from 16 billion to 11 billion because he was not in the know of the transactions. There were credits of 77 million on April 18, 2011, 119 plus million, December 1, 2011, 316 plus million, December 8, 2011, 266 plus million on December 15, 2011, and 444 plus million on December 12, 2011. That was my birthday. How old was I then? 2011, I think I was 38, right? Yeah. That was the day I turned 38. Seaforth now has a debt of 5 billion 916 million 704,059 naira 13 kobo. Oh, that's almost like 6 billion. As a result, a chunk of it being interest charges. So it's in a chunk of it. So like they were just doing the thing, they are doing their own transaction, maybe packing their own money go, they're not even paying the interest, they'll carry the one they want to carry out. The bank was just accumulating interest on somebody that hasn't done transaction. A senior official of the bank has already been questioned by the police. Meanwhile, Zenon, Seaforth, Luzon Oil and Gas, Garment Care Limited and Otedola have secured a federal high court injunction against Zenith Bank, Quantum Zenith Securities and Investment, Veritas Registrar and Central Securities Clearing System, restraining them from trading with shares or paying dividends. No be small thing o. This injunction subsists until the hearing of the motion on notice of interlocutory injunction, and it goes on and on and on. You see, they have a lot of the bank, the interest, most of them are interest, whatever. This is really serious, and we'll see how it goes. Oh, the billionaires are there. We will be watching and be doing Ovia. Thank you, everyone. Bye.